Ever wonder why sometimes simple decisions seem so difficult to make? We're constantly making decisions, from choosing what to wear in the morning, to deciding on the best path for our lives. Yet, the process can often feel like a mystery. Why does deciding on a meal at a restaurant seem like an impossible task? Why does choosing the right job offer make us break out in a cold sweat? This video will delve into the cognitive psychology theories related to decision-making to help us understand it better. Cognitive psychology, at its core, tries to understand how we think. It delves into the fascinating realms of our minds, seeking to illuminate the intricate processes that drive our perceptions, memories, thoughts, language, and problem-solving abilities. Cognitive psychology is like a backstage pass to the grand spectacle of the human mind. Picture it as a giant, intricate puzzle. Each piece represents a cognitive function. There's a piece for perception, one for memory, another for thought, one for language, and yet another for problem-solving. As cognitive psychologists, it's our job to figure out how these pieces fit together to create the complete picture of human cognition. And why is this important? Well, understanding these cognitive processes gives us incredible insight into human behavior. It helps us comprehend why we behave the way we do, why we make certain choices and not others. Cognitive psychology is the key to understanding why we make the decisions we do. Various theories in cognitive psychology shed light on our decision-making processes. Today, let's delve into some of these theories, namely the dual process theory, heuristics and biases, and the expected utility theory. The dual process theory suggests two systems at play in our minds when we make decisions. System 1 is automatic, fast, and often driven by instinct or emotion. Think of it as your gut reaction. On the other hand, System 2 is more deliberate, slower, and logical. It's like the careful thinker inside us weighing the pros and cons before making a decision. It's a dance between these two systems that ultimately shapes our choices. Next, let's talk about heuristics and biases. Heuristics are mental shortcuts we use to speed up decision-making. They're handy but not always accurate. For instance, we might judge the likelihood of an event based on how easily we can recall similar events, a heuristic known as the availability heuristic. Biases, on the other hand, are consistent errors in our thinking. For example, the confirmation bias leads us to favor information that confirms our existing beliefs, potentially blinding us to opposing viewpoints. Finally, we have the expected utility theory. This theory proposes that when faced with a decision, we estimate the expected utility or satisfaction we'll get from each option and choose the one with the highest expected utility. It's like a mathematical formula for happiness, except it's not always that straightforward in practice, given our imperfect information and unpredictable emotions. These theories, while they might seem abstract, help us understand the complex machinery of our minds. They offer insights into why we sometimes go with our gut, why we fall for certain biases, or why we opt for choices that seem to promise the greatest satisfaction. These theories help us understand why we sometimes struggle with decisions and why we make certain choices over others. Emotions, often underestimated, play a significant role in our decision-making processes. They are the hidden variables, the silent influencers that sway our choices, often without us even realizing it. Let's take a moment to delve into the world of emotions and their profound impact on our decisions. Two theories in particular, the affect as information theory and the somatic marker hypothesis, shed light on the intricate dance between our feelings and our choices. The affect as information theory proposes that our emotions serve as a compass, guiding us towards decisions that feel right. When we feel good about a choice, it's as if our emotions are giving us a thumbs up, signaling that we're on the right path. On the other hand, when a choice evokes negative feelings, it serves as a red flag, urging us to reconsider. Our emotions, in essence, offer us valuable information about the potential outcomes of our decisions. They help us assess the situation, weigh the pros and cons, and ultimately make a decision that aligns with our emotional state. Now let's turn to the somatic marker hypothesis, a theory that presents an even deeper connection between our emotions and decisions. This hypothesis suggests that our emotional responses to certain experiences leave somatic or bodily markers. When faced with similar situations in the future, these markers are reactivated, influencing our decision-making processes. For instance, if an individual has experienced a negative outcome from a certain decision, the emotional response to that outcome leaves a somatic marker. When faced with a similar choice in the future, this marker is reactivated, triggering an emotional response that guides the individual away from making the same decision. These theories emphasize the undeniable role of emotions in our decision-making processes. They serve as a reminder that our choices are not solely based on logic and rationality. Instead, they are a complex blend of cognitive reasoning and emotional responses, a testament to the intricate workings of the human mind. So it turns out, our hearts might have more to do with our decisions than we initially thought. So, we've taken a whirlwind tour of the cognitive psychology of decision-making. We've delved into the enigma that is decision-making, a process that might seem simple on the surface, but is a complex interplay of numerous cognitive processes. We've unpacked the vast field of cognitive psychology, which serves as the bedrock for understanding how we make decisions. Cognitive psychology, with its emphasis on mental processes like memory, perception, and attention, provides us with the tools to dissect and understand the intricacies of decision-making. We've explored various theories of decision-making, each with its unique perspective. From the classical expected utility theory that posits we're rational beings always aiming to maximize utility, to the prospect theory, which introduces the concept of loss aversion and challenges the notion of constant rationality. We've also examined the impact emotions have on our decisions. They are not just mere side effects, but potent influencers, capable of swaying our decisions in significant ways. Emotions can sometimes lead to skewed decisions, but they also often provide valuable intuitive guidance. In essence, understanding these cognitive psychology theories is akin to having a roadmap for the labyrinth that is our decision-making process. These theories shed light on why we make the decisions we do, and how we can potentially make better ones. Next time you're faced with a decision, remember these theories. They might just help you understand why you're leaning one way or another.